Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is season 14 or 15? 15? Episode 12. I do know I got 12 right. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video and also subscribe to my channel. You can share it, and you can leave your comments below. Let's get into this episode. Okay, so many people did not have storylines, but anyways, we are ending off the Augusta trip for Sutton, Kyle, and Garcelle with Mama Reva. I think it was a good pace, or a good different tone to actually have for the season. We got to see some personal story from Sutton, something that was, I don't want to say heart-wrenching, but something that could really tug at our hearts. As they're saying their goodbyes, and it's like a couple of hours before they have to leave, I think everyone was like, so you, to Mama Reva, who are you going to miss? She said, I'll miss some of you. Garcelle was like, you're going to miss some of us, right? I kind of think it was geared towards Garcelle as far as the some, meaning the part of the people that I would not miss, probably because of Garcelle was inserting herself, trying to help her friend and her mother bridge this gap that they've had in their relationship. That's my thoughts. I don't know for sure, but it could have been just sarcasm. I don't know. But anyways, if it was that, if she was not feeling Garcelle, I could understand at least at how Garcelle probably presented herself, even though she was just trying to help. It was just a little bit kind of intrusive because she's coming on behalf of Sutton, but don't even know anything about Mama Reva and know anything about the relationship and the history and all that. So that kind of is going to be talked about later on in this episode. So it's kind of like, y'all, too many people want to insert themselves in certain situations, but it's like, y'all don't know the full story. Y'all don't even try to get to know the other part of the story. So it's like, anyways, Mama Reva ends up telling Sutton that she loved her. It surprised Sutton. I'm glad she got that experience. Parents and anyone. I don't think y'all know how important that could be in someone's life, especially if they have been missing that and really value that. Just let it be. Let that out, especially for people that are just yearning that. Of course, Mama Reva is not nurturing. And y'all can say, well, Sutton's 50 years old and she should get over it. It's still your parent. It's still someone that you have been yearning all your life, and y'all could just say, suck it up and get over it. I think it was a wonderful experience, and I'm glad that Sutton was able to have it. So parents, and really anyone in your life, significant others, listen up. And let it come from your heart. Whatever a person may be missing and is requesting of you, give it if you can. All right, so we move on back to Beverly Hills. Bose has her cousin Tina, and it looks like she has like 4 or 5 different cousins that were born around the same time, like 10 months apart or whatever. But specifically, there's a close bond between her and Tina. Like they are so close that she even says that they connect kind of telepathically. It's like it's that strong. So I enjoy that. I just want to make a note here. I do want to make a note. The common theme that I see on reality shows with women, it's just curiosity. I'm not judging. I just want to know, why does every woman need a gay assistant? It's just too normal. I see it too often. At least these ones are just kind of just doing their job. Sutton got one. Drew Sidora had one who's so messy, just wanted camera time, and I think she used him. I think they used each other, but whatever. But it just be like, to me, it seems a little stereotypical. But I'm curious as to why all of these prominent women somehow need a gay assistant. So let me put my pen there, and we can go on from there. Anyway, so they talk a little bit about what's going on in Bose's life. Bose is at the point of their stop talking about having a baby, her and Keely, and wanting to put action behind their theory of having a baby. So they're supposed to be getting tested and all that. Bo said, I'm a mature woman and all that good stuff. And it seems like now that we're starting to get tested, there's a little apprehension between both of them. And none of them have come to the place of just saying, let's just take a break right here. Let's just stop right here. And let's maybe more process more than what we would thought that we really wanted. Keely said he wanted, 3 children or so? Bo gives us history as to what has been going on with her body. We found out that she had a child and ended up miscarrying. Or she had, she had a condition of preeclampsia. Preeclampsia? I'm not saying it right. Preeclampsia. I'm saying it wrong. I do apologize. She had a daughter named Eve or Eva? Eva or Eve. But anyways, after that, 2 months later, after losing, she decided that she wanted to try again, and she got her daughter. But she's had a struggle with pregnancy. Now that she's older, if you this is my suggestion, Bose and Keely, if y'all want a child, get a surrogate. Y'all got the money. Stormy Steele is doing that. Stormy almost lost her life over her first child. You are at a certain age, and you've already had trouble. No, let someone else carry. If you're going to go that far, I don't know what's happening, but it seems like these two have some type of game going on. And what I mean by game is no one really wants to say what needs to be said. Just like in the words of "I love you," Bose doesn't want to say it unless Keely says it first. So it's like, okay, so y'all ready to have a child. It's interesting to see all this. From what I've been gathering from watching a lot of reality TV and seeing a lot of women go through a lot of things and now understanding more about what women are risking just to bring another life into this world, I think the best bet is surrogacy. Do you really want to put your body through this? Especially, you have a history of stuff not going wrong. Right. She said when she was carrying her daughter, her alive daughter, that she was going through so much turmoil through every appointment and all this stuff. So it's like, ma'am, I think that the odds could be against you. Or God could touch your womb and you're good. However, you know what it's like to go through a lot of turmoil with pregnancy. From I don't want to be insulting, but from I'll say logical standpoint, no, don't do it to your body. I don't know what's going to happen with this couple, but hey, and if they're going to have a child or what, who knows. Anyways, we move on from there. Dorit is hosting a 4th of July get-together with the ladies at her home. She set everything up with all the water sports, jungle gym stuff for the children. Her daughter, is a Phoenix, comes and models for a second. All the ladies are coming. Kyle, look, we'll talk about Kyle later. Never mind. I thought about it, but no. So, Sutton is the first to arrive. It's like 1:22 or something or whatever. The door is open and she's saying hello. Nobody's greeting her. She's in her confessional like, somebody should have been there to greet me. At least I have Avi there to greet me, greet guests and all that stuff. Or if I'm not there, but Dorit's upstairs trying to get a necklace together for her event. It's unlikely. It wouldn't be like Dorit to not be late and thinking of herself and all that good stuff. Sutton says that's why she likes to be late. So she just kind of makes her seat. She brought flowers, all that good stuff. She don't really want to be there anyways. So it's over a half hour. Kyle comes. Then they see this decorated table in the entryway. They see all of these I don't want to say wedding photos, but couple photos of Dorit and PK. And they were like, is this some type of shrine? What is she doing? I'm glad that Kyle said something to Dorit's face, because I was like, it looked like you being a little catty as soon as you come in towards Dorit. And I thought you were working on your relationship with her. Now, what Sutton has to say, that's another thing, So it's like you were joining in as kind of just taking digs behind her back. But then when Dorit finally came downstairs and greeted Kyle, not Sutton yet, Kyle did bring this up. You know, what's going on here? She said, look, I haven't had time to really move anything. Da, 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 da. I didn't even realize it was still there. Da, 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 da. Then she greets Sutton. Dorit says, you know, I really was hoping for some other people to show up first, which doesn't make sense, in my opinion, before these two. She said it for Kyle and this girl. So it's like, you invited these ladies that you weren't even, don't really want them there. So basically, you really just want Bose there. And Erica, since she's acting like she's your friend, even though she acts like she's Kyle's friend too, and all that good stuff. And she's just a flip-flop, flippity-floppity, you know. I don't know. Those responses are very weird to me, but whatever. So soon, other people start coming. Garcelle comes. Bose comes. All that good stuff. But before then, Kyle... Okay, it's Kyle, Sutton, and Garcelle that go sit down on the patio. Garcelle talks to Sutton. Asks, you know, what type of drink are you drinking? It's some type of watermelon something. And Garcelle, is there alcohol in it? And Garcelle was like, and Sutton was like, yeah, there is some. Like, oh, okay, sure. And then Dorit says, why would you even ask her that? You know that, and she was insinuating, okay, well, you know that she's going to have alcohol in her drink. And that pissed off Sutton. She was already in a place of not really wanting to be there. And she says, Dorit, don't do that. Don't be a bitch. I said, ooh. And then Dorit was like, well, you shouldn't be calling me a bitch in my home. Watch them bees now, as Nene would say. So, but Sutton was having it. It's like, you know what you were doing. We go back to last year when when it was insinuated by Kyle and also Dorit that she's basically a drunk and she drinks heavily. Sutton feels insulted and she leaves. She walks out there. So Kyle and Garcelle go run after her. Dorit feels away like, oh, so y'all gonna go run after her, da 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 da. What about me? You know what? I love some itchiness on some of these shows, especially with the white women, because they just kind of just crazy in my book. And how they communicate with each other and be so itchy towards each other. You know what itchy stands for around here. I'm trying not to just say a lot of words like that, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. So, Garcelle and Kyle are trying to convince her to stay. And she's like, no, I'm leaving. And she's like, well, remember she insinuated that I am this drunk and all this stuff from last year. I never even got an apology, and she's doing all this. Now, let me go back a little bit. Before then, when it was very awkward when Kyle and Sutton had came in, Dorit was asking for Sutton's handbag. I think if there wasn't this wall up and this stubbornness, I think this could have been a cute moment. I think in a way, Dorit was trying to turn it into a cute moment. Like, let me have this handbag. Because Dorit was like, you know, for some of the things that Sutton says, it could be forgiven if she just give me this handbag. It could have been a nice gesture as some type of olive branch with Sutton. And Sutton, I'll just say this much. You came into this group, and I feel this way. You were trying to buy the group. Every time that the girls met up, you had gifts for everyone. Back in season 10. I don't know about season 11, but at least season 10. I can't remember. So it's like, you mean to tell me you can... I mean, if your stuff is in there, cool. You just said, look, I don't have anything to put my stuff in, but hey, I will send this over to you. I'll ship this to you, whatever. It could have been a way to make things a little bit lighter. I just thought about that. But what do y'all think about that? You know, I'm just saying, you know, you were doing things, Sutton, that I felt were ways to try to buy yourself into the group. I love you, Sutton, but at the same time, no. So, anyways, Bose shows up at this point. Erica shows up. Erica wants to find out what's going on with Sutton. Bose goes out to greet Dorit. Dorit tells her what's going on, and then Bose is like, well, this is rude. Let me go over here and insert myself over here. Bose is like, okay, so why is everybody over here? And why are y'all trying to coddle this woman? And Garcelle was like, why are you trying to be Dorit's spokesperson? And she's like, well, I'm not trying to be her spokesperson, but y'all are rude. Y'all should be over there. If she want to be over here, then let her stay over here. How I feel about the whole situation. Do I think that Bose should have been the one to come over there to speak to these ladies? No. I really think that Dorit should have got her tail up and said, look, either you're leaving or you're staying. The event and party is over here. let's not be rude in my home. But that's not what was going on. For some reason, Bose thinks that she needs to stick up. In that moment, Bose doesn't need to stick up for her. Sorry. So anyways, Sutton leaves. Everyone else joins. Back out there, I forgot who said it, either Bose or Dorit. Oh, y'all decided to stay to be amongst the festivities. Yes. Everybody's drinking and all that good stuff. Da 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 da. Eating. Erica wants a hot dog. She got those ponytails on like she's an urban girl. But what's not to be expected from Dorit and Erica to kind of like bank on urban style and then call it chic. Y'all know what I mean, black women, so whatever. I don't know how this conversation comes up. Kyle and Bose, they kind of get into it. Kyle wanted to know why Bose felt like they were disconnected and she was cold. She said, you know, that hurt my feelings. What is wrong with y'all reality folks? All of a sudden everything hurts your feelings. What is up with that? Especially women will do that. I'm like, y'all will say it in a heartbeat as soon as somebody says, it hurts my feelings. You don't even know this person for your feelings to be hurt. I got that from Kenya. Kenya Moore. But it's like, why would your feelings be hurt? But Kyle, I think, made a good argument. You know, Bose says, you know, you haven't really opened up. There's nothing warm about you. You don't say anything about yourself. Da 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 da. And Kyle went over the times of when they had times together, sharing. I don't think that Kyle has to be Dorit open, because Dorit, the minute that she saw Bose, started pouring herself out to Bose. But Bose says that she's had a connection with everyone but you. Okay, that's cool. I think that there is some type of jealousy there. I think that Kyle finally probably feels like, okay, well, Dorit was over here pouring her heart out. Kyle does say that she feels like Bose has been biased towards Dorit because Dorit was the person that you attached yourself to first. And there's been some type of judgment and kind of been harsh towards her in regards to a lot of things. And she went through some of those examples and like that. Bose says it's not like that. Kyle feels like Bose argues from a place from one person's side and not hearing the whole story. Bose says that she does everything face value. Whatever is in front of me, I call it out as I see it. I think that there's a mixture there, Bose, though. I do. In some things, not everything. Garcelle chimes in about that a little bit. Erica was like, look, you need to calm down, Garcelle, in your confessional. You don't say it to her face for whatever reason. I don't know why. You were Sutton's champion, because y'all were ganging up on Sutton for seasons. Y'all were ganging up, and it felt like even when Diana was here, she was a plant that y'all just had to sick on Sutton. Y'all were ganging up on her. Some people say that this was supposed to be Dorit's takedown season. I don't know. And it didn't go to plan. I don't know. What do y'all think? And it's getting too long right now, this video. So somehow it curtailed to Dorit start jumping in, and Kyle was feeling the type of way where you sitting up here advocating for her and all this stuff, and I'm trying to have this conversation with Bose by myself, and Dorit's like, I haven't said nothing. Well, you've been sitting over here. Yep. When Bose has something to say. So it's like, let me handle things with her, and then it all of a sudden curtailed to Dorit and Kyle needing to work on their relationship. Dorit said, do you still want to work on our relationship? Kyle said, yes. Well, then we don't need to be doing all this. So finally, Kyle and Dorit, they go upstairs. We're seeing that Dorit is in this fog and having this chaotic mess around her home. She's throwing out stuff and all this good stuff. Kyle says that Dorit is OCD, but I thought you were OCD. Now all of a sudden we're learning that Dorit is OCD. So they're just talking about, we're getting nowhere with Kyle. And the reason I'm so bored with Kyle, because Kyle doesn't say anything. Dorit's asking direct questions about her and Mauricio. Do you want a divorce? I don't know. We're just taking it. We don't know. I guess me and Mo are in denial about what's going on here. We're still family. Still getting nothing. Dorit says, you know, I'm coming up out of the fog because it feels like PK is like 50 steps ahead of me and I need to catch up. Even though Sutton was telling you that weeks ago. Bose was telling you that about a few weeks ago too. I still don't know about this whole plot line between Dorit and PK, if they're getting divorced. There still hasn't been an announcement of a divorce, but for some reason this has been able to sustain her yet another season. As I said, Dorit is the one, and PK are the ones that are able to come up with a storyline within the 11th hour of this show. And it's been like that for seasons, so y'all take it for what it is. Then there was this ending scene of Mauricio being caught with the woman. Honestly, I don't care. And I don't feel like Kyle should care, because you paraded a woman gay baiting or whatever you're doing for months, and you brought her on the show, Morgan, and you're still friends with her because you were just at the hospital when Teddy was having her procedure and Morgan was there, so all y'all hang together. So it's like you were parading around like you were doing something inappropriate in your marriage. So I really don't care how you feel, Kyle, because to me it feels like you started first. So whatever emotions or whatever we're gonna see next episode, it's like whatever. I want to connect to Kyle, but Kyle doesn't open up, so that's why it's like I'm nonchalant about whatever Kyle says. I don't like Kyle, but still she's on the show, and if I can connect with her, I will, but she gives us nothing. Y'all can give y'all thoughts on this episode. It was an okay episode. At least Sutton stuck to it and didn't just try to be coddled. She said, I'm gone, and then she left. I'm glad she left and didn't have to be pulled in to get back into the group, into the party. So y'all take it for what it is. Let me know. Thank you for coming. Like, share, subscribe, and until the next one, peace. Have a good day.